Cough, cough.
This is chapter 2. Panic drowns thought.
Panic at the Disco.
Panic
Using
in
my-
your mom.
Using my new power, I knocked out the other leaf blocks on the rest of the trees. I not only came away with 2 more apples, but a critical discovery about my belt and pack. It happened right after the first apple, when I was boxing... What?
Nothing.
It's 2 more
Tell me.
apples that he had the juice to slide
I'm
down
trying
his
to
throat.
remember. I need to elaborate. The first one's so juvenile. He's just like, damn.
What?
Emily's got that corona.
I
I'm
might.
getting out. I'm out of here. But the first thing I laughed at, it's juvenile, but just fucking you paused right after it said, I not only came. Like, it was like, I not only came. Oh, wait, what I was like. And then the second one was the belt and pack. For a second, I read it as, like, I was reading too, just silently. I thought it said, a discovery about my belt and prick.
See, he does have a penis. It's confirmed.
It's not confirmed yet.
He has a
because
penis. Stop saying he
he
does
said
have a
it
penis.
happened right after the first apple. When I was boxing the leaves, instead of dropping fruit, I got a small sapling. On strike again? Wait. On strike again? I asked my frozen hand and dropped the mini tree into my belt. Seconds later, when I got a second one, I absent-mindedly shuffled it into the same pouch. That's when I realized that they not only shrunk, but flattened and stacked themselves together like playing cards. Well now, I said with a smile, this might actually be helpful. That turned out to be an understatement. By the time I'd finished stripping all of the trees, I managed to stack 12 compressed saplings in just one compartment. And I might add, at 0 weight. Looking over the additional pouches in my pack, I thought I can carry a whole warehouse worth of stuff. Which means, I said, scowling at my belt, my mood deflating like a stacked sapling. Until I find stuff worth carrying, you're as helpful as a window-powered fan. There's got to be more apple trees, I thought, staring up at the cliffs. Though, Jesus, what is wrong with me?
Why'd this book have to get political? Talking about wind energy. Like, oh, at least this isn't complete and other bullshit lies like wind energy. Damn.
Everyone knows that global warming's fake. Now
Damn.
continue. Hero
Well, it's
brand.
on the next page. He's like, at least this wasn't fake like global warming.
And then we're gonna turn to the next page. And he's gonna be like, I think the Nazis were right.
You get what he's saying about
He's
the
gonna
wind
be
powered
like,
fan,
he's
right?
like,
Yes,
he's gonna be-
yes. We're just making fun of him.
I was just making sure, because I don't know. Like, even at first, it took me a double take, because I was like, does he mean, like, a wind turbine? But no.
A Winder Brine? A Hero
Never
Brine?
mind.
Is Herobrine in this book? You're right. He is.
Which means, I said, alright, I already heard that. There's got to be more apple trees, I thought, staring up at the cliffs through panicked eyes. It initially looked like an impassable barrier. Now, calmer, confident, and well-fed, I could see that it was more like a steep slope than a sheer wall. Who knows what else is over there, I thought, hiking up square dirt cubes. If I'd only thought clearly instead of being such a total dweeb, I wouldn't have trapped myself on this side of the island in the first place. In fact, maybe it wasn't an island at all. Maybe this beach was the start of the whole continent. Don't get me wrong, I hadn't abandoned the notion of all this just being a dream, but still, part of me couldn't help wishing to come up over the top of the hill to see a ranger station, or a town, or a giant city, or... There wasn't. I stood on the even green summit and stared with crushing disappointment at the rest of an uninhabited island. The land stretched out like a claw. 2 wooden pincers nearly enclosed a round, shallow lagoon. I couldn't judge how large the island was by that point. By that point, I still wasn't very good at measuring my blocks. But it couldn't have been too big because I could definitely see the end of it under the late afternoon sun. And with the sinking orange square, so went my spirits as well. Just like the water, I thought I was alone. Or just like the water, I thought I was alone. And just like in the water, I was wrong.
Damn.
Emily, this is your big line.
No.
Damn.
The sound made me jump for more reasons than one. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right, popcorn.
Okay. Whoa, I said, nervously looking all around. Who's there? No. Came the sound again, pulling my eyes to the base of the hill. It was an animal, black and white, its body rectangular as its surroundings. I picked my way up to the western slope, which was easier and more gradual than the treacherous eastern side, as I walked right up to the fearless creature. Studying it more closely, I could see that it wasn't entirely black and white. Gray horns, pink inside ears, and the pink shallow sac below the stomach.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How is he gonna figure out to just beat the piss out of a cow to get meat?
We're
Oh,
about to find out.
I mean, he's probably gonna get desperate, but I think this is also his best friend, but who knows, he might just suckle.
Okay, but what if, like, other animals? Like, is he just going to start punching the shit out of a chicken later on? I just didn't think about
I mean,
that.
have
you
you
think
ever
about it, that's
butchered
kinda
an
how you-
animal? Like, yeah.
That's kind of how you
like
do it. You know?
You just beat the shit out of it?
Well, he's
Yeah,
probably
with
gonna have
your
a weapon,
fists?
is my guess. He's probably gonna have a sword, and he's gonna be like, I'm gonna kill this pig. Oh, it's dead.
Anyway, continue on.
Yes, Dad. Alright. You gotta be a... You gotta be a cow, I said. The moo I got was the best sound I'd heard all day. You don't know how happy I am to see you, I sighed. I mean, hey, I know it's still just a dream and all, but it feels so good to not to be... The word got stuck in my throat, stinging my nose and eyes. Alone. Bah, answered the cow. Wait, what? I answered. I stepped
Why is
closer.
this-
Wait, are you like bilingual? Wait, what? Did you just ask the cow?
That's
I
if
know,
he's
good.
because it said bye.
That's good.
Bah, said the animal, but not the one in front of me. I looked up and past the cow and the sound of the true owner. It was rectangular, duh, but a little shorter and practically all black. I'd missed it in the dim light from the early evening. Now as I approached the darkening woods, another animal, as white as the clouds above, stepped from outside from its black twin. Despite the straight, flat outlines, I could see the barest details of woolly coats. Your sheep! That's where the book ends.
You man.
You man, I said, smiling and reaching out to pet one. I wasn't thinking. I didn't mean to punch. The animal yelped, flashed pink and red, and took off running through the wood. Oh, sorry, I called after it. Sorry, little sheep. I felt so bad. I turned to its unfazed friend and babbled. I didn't mean to do it, really. I don't know how I use his body, you know.
I
Cluck,
got
cluck,
this real
cluck,
quick.
cluck, cluck.
Damn it, never mind. You took it from
Oh,
me.
sorry, no, go ahead. Please go ahead.
No, it's okay.
No, please go. I want to hear.
No, it doesn't matter. I didn't
No,
have any
no.
joke planned.
Okay.
Nothing,
Cuck,
no
cuck,
joke.
Cuck.
Cuck, 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 came in answer to my left. Two small birds,
small.
each about a block high, were peeking to the nearby ground. They had short, skinny legs, plump bodies covered in white feathers, and small heads ending in flat orange beaks. I'm not sure if you're chickens, I told them. You do have kind of duckish features. They glanced at me for a second. I chuckled. But you sound like
And
chickens.
clucked.
And clucked. Shush. But you sound like chickens, I continued. So I guess I'm calling you chickens. It makes more sense than chick ducks. I think this is a good place to popcorn it.
Oh
The
shit.
word gave me a little chuckle, in which quickly became a real guffaw. It felt good to laugh, to let out all the crazy tension of the day. That's when I heard a new sound. Yeah. It was a throaty, horny little gaggle that sent chills up my spine. I looked all around, trying to figure out the source of the horny. Sound on this island seemed to be coming from every direction. I stood there listening. Yeah, they're all horny. I stood there listening, wishing the chickens would shut up. Then I smelled
the
it.
fuck up!
Yeah, it mold and rot like a dead rat. How does he know what a rat is? Write that down. Rats are real, despite not being in Minecraft. Meaning that this shit's gonna be a dream. He's gonna wake up.
So far for my notes,
He's
I've written
from the real
down,
world.
don't give up,
No, hold on.
Steve is
We know.
transgender, 9/11, and rats are real. Got
We
it.
know he came from a different world. I think it's just an alternate reality.
All right.
I think he got sucked into Minecraft.
I think this is like a. I think this is like a. He,
This is like
this-
Sword
he
Art
has to get.
Online.
He has to get. No,
Hold
he
on.
has to get back to his universe, dude.
Do you think it's an alternate reality? I think he's in the game.
I think it's just a fucking
I think it's an
dream.
alternate reality.
I guess the game would be. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully.
At
hope
first,
so.
I thought it was another person dressed just like me, and I took an automatic step forward. Then, just as instinctively, I stopped and backed away. Its clothes were ragged and filthy. Its flesh was a mottled green. Mottled green. Its eyes, if you could call them eyes, were nothing but lifeless black points, and in a flat, unmoving face. Memories flooded my mind. Images of creatures I'd known from stories, but never seen in person. And now,
Hold up. What
here
page?
it was.
Hold up. What page did you have to turn?
My fan pushed this page, so I had to flip it back.
I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck?
Approaching with outstretched arms. This was a zombie.
That's an exclamation point, bud. Can you read that line with more oomph?
It was a fucking zombie! Holy shit! I tried to retreat, bumping my fat cock against a tree. The zombie closed. I dodged. Rotted fists smashed into my chest, throwing me back. Pain shot through my body. I gasped. It lunged. I fled. Damn. Numb with fear. I sprinted for the hill. I wasn't thinking. Wasn't planning. Terror drove my every step. Something clacked in the darkness behind me, followed by a noise like whipped air. Something smacked into a tree in front of me. A feather-tipped, quivering stick. An arrow. Was the zombie armed? I hadn't noticed. I just kept running. Something red flashed to my right. A cluster of eyes followed by a clipped hiss. I scampered up the slope of the hill, glancing back. Only when I was at the summit, in the pale light of a rising square moon, I could see that the zombie was still coming. It was already at the bottom of the slope and beginning to climb up after me. Throat closing in fright, I tore my way down the eastern cliff. I slipped, fell to the bottom, and heard a sickening crack. I hissed as bolts of agony stabbed through my ankle. Oof! Where to go? What to do? Should I jump back into the ocean and try to swim away? I froze at the edge of the blackened water. What if that squid was still out there? And what if it gotten hungry? Another moan echoed across the starry night. I turned to see the zombie's head poke over the top of the hill. Frantically, I looked for somewhere to go, someplace to hide. Alright, Mike, you got it.
My eyes flicked back and forth, settling on the single block of earth I dug out earlier in the day. From it came the spark of desperate idea. Digging. As the zombie started down the slope, I ran to the cliff below it and furiously tore into the earth. 1, 2, 3, 4 punches, and the first block in front of me came away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one behind it popped free. I could hear the ghoul approaching, each groan growing louder. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I cleared 4 earthen blocks right in front of me, 2 above and 2 below, just enough for me to squeeze into the space. Deeper, my mind screamed, "Get deeper!"
That's what
And
she
if
said.
fate could talk, it would have sneered and said, "You're not going anywhere." My fist bounced off something cold and hard. I hit solid rock. A few pointless punches told me I was trapped, the monster barely seconds away. I spun, saw the zombie, and set down a block of dirt between us. The ghoul reached over, smashing me in the chest. I flew back, hitting the stone cliff. Chest aching, grasping for breath, I jammed the second soil cube on top of the first. Darkness fell. I was buried alive. My tomb shut out light but not sound. Zombies' moan still rang in my ear. What if I could dig? What if I'd only delayed death by seconds? What if it could dig, rather? "Go away!" I shouted helplessly. "Please, just leave me alone!" Gagging growls answered. "Please," I pleaded. Unfeeling, uncaring, unstoppable moans answered. "Wake up," I whispered. "I've gotta wake up, wake up, wake up!" In desperation, I started jumping up and down, hitting my head against the ceiling, trying to jolt myself awake. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. I fell back against the stone wall, head throbbing, eyes burning, chest heaving in rapid panic sobs. "Why?" I whimpered. "Why can't I wake up?" And just then the zombie bucked a deep, violent groan. Because it's not a dream. No, The creature wasn't talking to me. I'd put the words in its decayed mouth. Words that I knew I needed to hear. This isn't a dream, I imagined hearing from the mobile corpse. Sorry, this isn't a dream, I imagined hearing from the mobile corpse. And it's not an injury or a hallucination. This is a real place, a real world, and you're going to have to accept that to survive. You're right, I said to the ghoul, knowing I was talking to myself, but still thinking that talking to a dead guy was somehow saner. This isn't happening in my head, this is happening. The fragment of half-remembered song floated through the fog of my amnesia. Something about finding yourself in a strange place. I couldn't remember all the lyrics, but one stuck clearly in my head. You may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? I'm actually just going to put the audio clip of that in. I don't know, I admitted. I don't know how I got here, or even where here is. Another planet? Another dimension? I don't know. But I know there's no point in denying it anymore. And with that acceptance came this huge wave of calm. And with the calm came a new mantra. Panic drowns thought, I told the zombie. So it's time to stop panicking and start figuring out how to survive. That's it.
That's it?
Chapter 2.
That's the whole book.
Yep, that's chapter 2. What y'all think?
All 2 chapters.
Can we keep him? And I thought it was fun.
I don't mind this so far. I think this is pretty good.
For a children's book, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow we can start up with chapter 3 if you want.
Sure.
Alright, guys, chapter 2's mantra, panic drowns thought.
Remember, panic drowns thought.
Panic drowns thought.
Hey Mike,
Panic drowns
I found this dude in an alley. Can we keep him?
No, he
I
has
think-
AIDS.
I think he's cute. Look at his
His
muscles.
name, I need to find his name. His name is fucking Daft Chonk.
Alright,
Can we keep
I'll
him?
see y'all later.
Okay, goodbye.